I have a secret to tell you. I have another audiobook contract. That's right, I have a fourth audiobook that I am currently working on. So I wanted to help you out and let you know 3 habits that will make you a beast in audiobook narration. So listen up. So the first habit that you should have to become a beast in audiobook narration would be to audition as much as possible. That's right. Do not think that you're going to audition one time and then think that you're going to get loads of audiobook contracts. So basically what I'm telling you, the more times that you audition, the better you're going to get at auditioning and reading, because once you do get your audiobook, even if you have no experience like I had when I first started, I had never done an audiobook before. But the more that I read, the better I got. So that's why the author ended up reaching back out to me several times at this point and asked me to do more audiobooks. So what I need you to understand is, don't put all your eggs in one basket and then think that you're going to audition one time for an audiobook and then sit back and wait for the offers to come to you. No, be proactive. I got lucky. I am a very rare case that I nailed my first audition. So just keep in mind that you will likely have to audition multiple times in order to land your first audiobook contract. The second habit to make you a beast in audiobook narration is having the right equipment. It is so important that when you're recording your audiobook that you have the best sound that you can reasonably have. And when I say reasonably, I mean equipment that will fit in your budget, as well as equipment that you are able to use. Because what good is equipment that you don't know how to use? Like, that's just not going to make any sense. So I know there's a lot of new people to this channel. So real quick, let me break down the equipment that I'm currently using when it comes to audiobook narration. So right here is my microphone that fell over. So my microphone is a Shure MV51 microphone. And so, you know, all of the equipment that I'm going to name is available on my Amazon storefront. I will link it below this video, so you can just click the link and shop that storefront. But the Shure MV51 is the microphone that I not only use for my audiobook narration, but I also use it for my voiceovers in my videos. And this microphone is so clear. When I tell you, it is absolutely worth every dime. And it is my #1 selling microphone on my Amazon storefront. And so, you know, I have other equipment other than what I name here on my Amazon storefront to fit every budget. But in addition to my Shure MV51 microphone, I have this microphone stand, and it is very sturdy. It is very heavy. So you may or may not need this stand depending on whether or not you get the other equipment, because if you happen to get this box that I'm about to talk about, it might be quite high in the box, so you might not necessarily need the stand. But if you plan on using the microphone for other purposes, especially if you do live streaming or podcasting, you definitely want to consider getting yourself a microphone stand so that you have more flexibility when it comes to moving the microphone around and closer to you. And this actually goes up and down, so you can adjust it to how you see fit. I definitely suggest getting this microphone stand for flexibility, especially if you're not going to get this Pile box. So what the Pile box is by a company called Pile. And this right here will help reduce the echo. So there's foam inside of this box, and I put my microphone in this box, and that's how I read my audiobooks. Next, I have my Philips headphones. These headphones are much better than the original headphones that I had because they had like a rubbery type of texture on it, and it caused my ears to sweat. So if you're recording in warmer weather, you definitely want to have some earphones that aren't like rubbery, that would make your ears sweat, because that is not comfortable at all. And these headphones, I plug them into the back of my microphone so that I can listen to what I sound like while I'm recording. The next thing that I have is a pop filter. This pop filter will basically prevent the P sound and like the hard, sharp sounds from basically putting a puff sound into your microphone. And that will help you get a better sound, because it's quite annoying to hear people popping throughout recordings. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard that, but it's quite annoying. So you don't want to be that annoying person. Make sure you get yourself a pop filter. And so the last piece of physical equipment that I have is my stand. So this stand, they call it a laptop stand or a DJ stand. And what I found is that having this stand allows me so much more flexibility, because now I'm not leaning into the box on my desk like I originally was. I'm telling you, that will cause you some back problems. Like, you will be in pain, your back, your neck. My neck and my back. Oh. Everything will be in pain if you sit there in that box for all those hours reading long audiobooks, like leaned into the box like that. And again, all of the equipment that I just named is available on my Amazon storefront linked below this video. Now, one final thing that a lot of people ask me about when it comes to equipment is the software. And that software that I use is called Audacity. It is a free platform. Don't go trying to record through anything else. I'm telling you, because Audacity is the best when it comes to recording. My sound is so crisp and clear when I use Audacity. And when you use Audacity, you can use a plugin called ACX Check. And what it will do is it'll make sure that your sound is balanced. And if you don't have balanced sound, ACX is going to reject your recording. So you have done hours worth of work and be struggling to try to balance that sound out. Now, in my audiobook narration course, the audiobook blueprint, I actually give you the rundown and my secret sauce of how to make sure that that sound gets balanced every time, so that you're not struggling for hours trying to get that sound balance, as well as how it can sometimes be quite tricky to install the ACX check and how to use it. I give you that entire rundown. Plus, I provide you with free one-on-one coaching when you do sign up for the course. So if you're interested in signing up for the audiobook blueprint, I'm going to link it down below this video so that you can sign up and get your free coaching session, as well as the secret sauce to balance your sound. Now, the third habit that will make you a beast in audiobook narration is to learn about it. Really, how are you going to jump into audiobook narration and you know nothing about audiobooks? One thing that you can do to learn about it is to listen to audiobooks. So when you listen to audiobooks, you will know what you are expected to sound like when you record your audiobooks. That's how I knew. The first thing I did when I got my first contract was I went and listened to an audiobook. Now, I don't know if you know, but you can go onto Audible and listen to audiobooks for free. Amazon will typically give you at least a 30-day free membership when you sign up for Audible. So if you're interested in that free trial, I'm going to link it below this video, as well as I'm going to provide you links to my audiobooks in case you want to listen to my audiobooks. All right. And I'm going to tell you, my favorite series is the $1 Billion Baddie series. So those links will be below. But also, another thing to keep in mind when it comes to learning about audiobook narration is to make sure that you actually learn about ACX as well. When it comes down to it, you're going to have to do a little bit of research, a little bit of studying. Keep your mind open. That was another thing that I did. So my process for my first audiobook was a lot longer than my process on my fourth audiobook now, because I took time to research, because I didn't want to jump into it and not know anything about the platform. So if you want to know more about audiobook narration in my words and hear more about my experience, then check out my audiobook narration playlist, and you can go down that list and see I don't even know how many videos I have at this point. You can see those videos and learn more about the process that way. But also, you want to go directly to the ACX website if you're going to be using ACX to do your audiobooks. I'm just assuming at this point that we pretty much all are using ACX. And in case you don't know, I should have probably said this earlier, but ACX is owned by Amazon, and the audiobooks that are recorded on ACX are sold on Audible. But you definitely want to learn more about ACX. And they also have a really great forum. They have a blog, and they have frequently asked questions, extensive Q&As. So if you ever have questions about that stuff, you can do the research. But also keep in mind that the students in my audiobook narration course, the audiobook blueprint, it's a lot easier for them because I break things down for them directly. And that saves them a bunch of time when it comes to trying to figure out how to do certain things. So a lot of the struggles that you would be facing, you wouldn't have to be dealing with if you have the audiobook blueprint. But it's up to you on what method you want to choose. But make sure whatever method you choose, make sure you get that research in there and learn about ACX and what you need to do to make sure that you can properly upload your audiobook recordings, because it's going to be a problem if you take all those hours and think you're going to upload that audio and ACX is rejecting every one of those clips. But for those of you that made it this far in the video, do me a favor and drop a microphone emoji. Let's drop some mics in the comments so that I can shout you out, because I'll know that you made it to this point in the video. But also, please don't forget to let me and the algorithm know that you like this type of content by hitting the thumbs up button. And also, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you can be notified when I drop a new video. And if you're interested in becoming an audiobook narrator and you want to make more money doing it, then definitely watch this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.
I might be broken down, but I'm smiling. I keep my head up high, though I fail. Sometimes I get a bit emotional, but then I turn around and let